I don't know why I keep doing this, but this video is going to upset a few people, and you know who you are. Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 312, and today I want to talk to you guys about some feedback that I've been receiving from the professional community and the hearing loss community about some of the videos that I've been creating lately and really over the past 8 years. But before I get into it, do me a huge favor, click the like button, really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It's greatly appreciated. So a couple weeks ago, I posted another video kind of calling out some what I believe to be bad actors in the hearing aid industry. Now, I do want to preface this with this. I do not believe that anytime that I call out an organization or a company or something like that from what I believe to be substandard care, I know that there are always individuals who work in some of these facilities who are excellent, who follow best practices, who have their patients' best interest in mind. But I believe that to be the exception and not the rule. So, no matter what I say in any video, good or bad, just know that there are always exceptions to the rule, all right? I'm not being literal for every single thing that I say in my videos, saying that like 100% of people who work for this organization suck at what they do. I am not saying that, okay? So, with that being said, I do tend to strike a chord every now and then because, you know, I'm an influencer, and what do influencers do? Well, they talk all the time, and eventually it's going to upset somebody, and that is exactly what has happened in this particular case. So a couple weeks back, like I said, published a video kind of comparing HearingLife to Costco. Based on my experience working with Costco patients and with HearingLife patients here recently. If I did not have experience working with patients coming from these two organizations, then I wouldn't ever comment on it because I would have no clue how these individuals are doing. But because I see so many patients inside of my clinic coming from these particular locations asking me for help, it makes me want to publish a video kind of giving you what feedback I have from working with these patients, okay? With that said, I definitely struck a few chords with some people out there, consumers and professionals. And honestly, I think it's more professionals. I think consumers understand that the intent of my channel is to educate them on what to look for when it comes to receiving hearing treatment, both good and bad. I talk a lot about Costco on my channel. I talk a little bit about other, companies that are out there that are doing kind of like, retail hearing aid care and all of that. But I also talk a lot about independent hearing aid clinics and how they're not following comprehensive best practices, but they're charging as if they are doing that. And that bothers me as well. So like, there is nobody out there who is not going to potentially get me to talk about them if I don't believe that they're actually doing the right thing. Now, could I be wrong? Yes, I could be wrong. This is all based off of my opinion, off of what I've seen over the course of the last 10 plus years of being in this profession and running this YouTube channel and interacting with individuals on this YouTube channel with experiences that they've had at some of these some of these different clinics. With that being said, someone left a comment on my YouTube channel after I made that HearingLife versus Costco video, and I'm going to read it to you guys because this is exactly why I make video content the way that I do, even if I know that it upsets some people, even if I know that some people would never come to see me because they don't like how I basically am taking shots at the competition based on their perspective of how I'm going about it. But let me read this comment to you guys really quick. So this was left just literally a day ago. It took 5 years and the purchase of 2 different Oticon hearing aids totaling $11,000 for me to realize HearingLife was not going to help me hear better. I went to 2 different HearingLife centers because we had moved. I never had realer measurements performed or anything beyond simple hearing tests. When the last HearingLife technician I saw tried to upsell me a third aid, the Oticon Intent, I refused. The difference in hearing wasn't enough to justify another $7,000. The tech told me something was wrong with my brain because the Oticon Intent didn't help. I went to my car and cried, thinking I would never hear my grandchildren clearly. I later saw an ENT physician who confirmed there was nothing wrong with my brain and I had age-related loss according to my genetics. What a relief. I am now getting competent audiology help and having my realer measurements today along with the trial of the Phonak Sphere. I'm so excited. Thank you, Dr. Cliff, for your advice and instruction. You are very right to call out any provider who is doing a disservice and harm to their patients. It is the ethical thing to do. I am a nurse, and though embarrassed that I have so naively trusted HearingLife to give me competent care because they were a large company, I am grateful to know better now. I am no longer an uneducated patient, and it has made a huge difference in my life. Now, when I receive comments like that, that makes all of the other negative feedback that I get on my channel totally worth it. So here's the thing. I have the largest YouTube channel in the entire world talking about hearing loss, hearing aids, and tinnitus. Now with that comes a responsibility, but not a responsibility to my profession, not a responsibility to certain companies, not a responsibility to my company, Applied Hearing Solutions in Phoenix, Arizona, that people might not come to because they don't like me talking negatively about other places out there. I have more patients than I know what to do with inside of my clinic. I'm not worried about upsetting a few people who were never going to come see me anyway. My responsibility is to the individual with hearing loss. If you have hearing loss, I've got your back. If you're a company who sells hearing aids to individuals who have hearing loss and you do an excellent job and you uphold an extremely high standard, I'm going to say great things about you. But if your organization is so big that you can't monitor every single clinician inside of your clinics to make sure that they're doing the right thing, I'm going to call you out. This individual right here that decided to leave HearingLife to go somewhere else so they could actually receive best practice audiologic care, that is why I do this. What I truly hope happens is that HearingLife never loses another patient, that Costco never loses another patient, because the patients that they're serving are so ecstatic about the care that they're receiving from these companies that they never want to leave. If I can make that happen, then this entire YouTube experiment talking about hearing loss and hearing aids would be totally worth it. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's unprofessional for me to be calling out different places that I feel like might not be serving the hearing loss community to the highest level possible? Or do you want me to keep pointing these things out so you guys can understand what you're up against out there when you're trying to get your hearing loss treated? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you next week.